Well, it finally happened. I already damaged the front lip on my WRX. It's been less than 500 miles, and that's pretty embarrassing. And I'm gonna show you guys the lip and talk about this, basically make an embarrassing video where I made a mistake. I'm a little disappointed in the lip, I'll talk about that, but ultimately, the lip is already destroyed. Well, it's not fully destroyed, but it's in pretty bad shape on my VB WRX, and it really hasn't been that long. Like I said, maybe 500 miles. So want to show you the lip, want to show you what happens, something maybe you should be aware of if you live in a cold area, just to help protect your lip in the long run. Talk about the quality of the lip a little bit, and ultimately just have one more, maybe let's say embarrassing vlog style video before we go through about 3 months of planned content, whether it's installs, how-tos, all that kind of stuff on this car, which is already scheduled. So I wanted to talk about this and get this kind of thrown in there before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff. So the car is obviously a little snowy. No, that's not glare, that's snow on the front windshield, but maybe it doesn't look that way, but it looks that way through the camera. But car's a little snowy, which hides a little bit more. You probably can't tell from here, but on a sunny day where it's dry, if you zoom in right here, maybe you guys can see it, the lip is thoroughly scratched. It is absolutely scratched. And this is like gouged into the plastic. We've got like the plastic is damaged here. Painting over it isn't gonna make it look that great either, because it's really, the corner is shaved off here and it's just bad all the way through. So not great. Now you might ask what's happened. So you might think I hit something, I ran something over. No, unfortunately, this happened pulling out of my driveway. Not from that stick, just from what you're seeing here, but with snow. So what happened was we had a snowstorm, and the snow blew up against the car like this, right? So like, basically the wind was going this way and the snow was blowing so hard that it kind of mounded up against the car up here, like up against this ridge. So it like basically circled the front of my car. Now I shoveled the car out up to the lip, but I was careful because I didn't want to hit the lip with the shovel underneath. So I left like maybe a little bit of ridge. But I guess the snow froze in that kind of arc right here over the wheel, and that actually happened from just pulling the car out of that snow. So what you saw right there, this gouging and this damage right here, right, which is hard to see, right there, this gouging and this damage is from a snowdrift that froze. That's all it took to gouge the plastic and destroy the paint on the front lip. Now I will be honest, and I'm trying to hide from the winds because it's like 4 or 5 degrees out right now. It's my fault. Like, there is some level of like, I'm a little disappointed the lip wasn't a little bit more hardy, but ultimately it's my fault. Let's get into the car. It's so cold, oh my goodness. And it's more so the wind than anything else. Let's get you guys up on the dash here. It is absolutely freezing out. As I had to turn the ISO because the whole front windshield is iced over, but essentially it's my fault. I'm a little disappointed, I'll be honest with you guys, on the fact that the lip was so soft, like the plastic was so soft, but you get what you pay for. And I'm not saying it's a bad product. I probably should have cleared it, but never in my mind, having had many lips, would I have thought that that would happen. I will say this lip, from just a thickness, like a material thickness, is a lot thinner than any other lip that I've ever used, which shouldn't really be indicative. It should mean the opposite, that it's got a higher level of hardness. But the short answer is, if I ever want to take this car, well, the bigger answer is anyone that sees this car that's a car person, it doesn't look that insignificant in this. It's because it's still a little damp because it's the morning. If you're a car person, you notice it. It's funny, I've met with a few car people recently, and the first thing they say is like, oh, what happened to your lip? So it is very much noticeable. It's very much something that I might be making a big deal over nothing, but it's such an inexpensive part on the car that I want to replace it because I want that just to look clean, because I don't have a lot on the car right now. The frustrating thing about it is just the install. Like, I've pre-tapped all these holes, so it's just like one of those things where I kind of have to like figure it back out. I do have the option of trying to see if AFD will send me just like the corner piece to fix and like reattach it to the 3-piece, but I'm also like at this place where maybe I want a front splitter and all that kind of stuff. But like I said at the beginning of the video, this is going to be one of the last like impromptu vlog style, it's not even a vlog style, like impromptu videos that I've been trying to put out for a little bit that have just kind of like hit the little pieces of information that people have been asking about. Wanted to throw this like kind of like, honestly, it's embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed with my own actions, the fact that I didn't think about that, even though it's not really something I should have, lots of words there. But I wanted to get this out there because we do have like 3 months of intense content coming out. Installs, taking parts off because I'm swapping parts, like, you know, the rear duckbill's coming off. A bunch of stuff is coming off. A bunch of new stuff is going on. I've got a lot of interior mods. I'm tinting the windows, exterior mods. There's a lot coming to the channel, a lot of maintenance stuff. I'll show you guys like how to do like routine maintenance, but how to do it the best way at home, especially with like lower amounts of tools. It's funny, I realized like a lot of like just simple like oil change videos and stuff, like people still are using more tools than what the average person might have. So I like to try to do my maintenance stuff as if I was the average person, or if there is a tool that you really should get, I'll talk about it and where to get it and how to get it cheap and why you would want to get it. But just lots of stuff coming. I'm also going to be putting out a series where I talk about some of the engineering problems behind WRXs, like why direct injection is bad, why ethanol makes more power than gas, all those kinds of things. So I got like a ton of content coming out over the next 3 months. And I can officially announce on the channel that I will be adding a WRX, like a VA WRX, onto the channel as something that I'm completely rebuilding. So where I'm at right now is I'm either going to buy a wrecked one or I'm going to buy like a mega high mileage one that's barely running, with the intent to like strip it down and build it back up and do like 100. I'm probably going to do like a 50 to 100 part series over a year of just long form unedited content of me working on that car and doing everything, like replacing quite literally everything on the car. We're not just like exhaust, I mean like panels, then getting wrapped, you know, all suspension parts, probably putting an STI trans in, you know, building engine, pulling the engine, rebuilding the engine, maybe an IAG block, like literally everything. So that is like, maybe we're gonna have like an official announcement, but that's like the soft announcement of like that is happening. Enough of you guys were like, I wanted to see that, and I've always wanted to like create a series that's like longer form content where like videos are like half an hour where you can kind of get lost in the like work of the car, or you could have it in the background. I know that sounds stupid, but that's something that I watch a lot. Like I watch a lot of YouTube content like kind of in the background where I'm paying attention, I'm also not paying attention, but there will be some like nuggets of information. But I'm going to be putting out this series where it's just like work on the car, you know what I mean? Like you're going to see the journey from soup to nuts about working on that car. So with that said, obviously this is an embarrassing moment, and you know, there's a lot coming to the channel. So if you want to see some pretty damn cool automotive content, I highly recommend subscribing. And you know, lots of content to come. And I apologize if you missed the normal content and don't like this kind of like almost like channel updatey type of things, like life updatey things. I don't love making these, but they're filling the gap while I'm trying to like push these larger projects out. Like this car was just in my garage for like 3 weeks essentially, because I was doing a ton of interior parts that you can't see yet, but I needed the 3 weeks to do that before I could film a video. So I'm kind of having to like piecemeal until I get there. But then we've got, you know, I've got like 25 videos already scheduled ready for you guys to see. So you're going to see like 2 a week, 3 a week for a long, long time. So with that said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for checking in. If you are running a lip that you haven't had issues with, again, not that there's any problem with this product, just like a lip that's maybe a little bit more durable, thick, you know, maybe that you're pairing with a splitter, I'd love to know what you're running in the comment section below. And I'd like to know, I want to hear my community start weighing in with what they'd like to see on the VAWX, because the only two things that I'm like definitely set on is a built motor, and I'd like to try a wide body kit. So other than that, I'm completely open. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a poll essentially over the next couple weeks of just like parts people want to see, and let my community choose like every part and the brand of part that I put on the car. So it's like kind of like a community build where it's like quite literally I'm installing the parts that you guys are choosing. So let me know in the comment section below just if that's a good idea, if you want to see that. Again, I see all of these comments, so get in there, let me know, and I might ask some questions back for what you want to see. So I'll see you guys in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you there.